And we need to go over here. Why is it this?
It gives it a second because it's got to basically get what you're doing on the streaming. Now it's coming
There
in.
it goes. Okay. We'll make sure the preview's right.
Sorry, I was checking on our equipment there.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
This is just one of the...
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Holy smokes. This is insane, you guys. Hold on. There we go. Push the button. There we go. There's us. Watson Prunier from Battle for Freedom. Dylan Lyles, Defenders of American Exceptionalism live. CPAC 2018. Holy smokes, folks. It is crazy here.
It is insane.
Today, it has been up and down. Interviews with people, talking to people, PR people out the wazoo.
And it almost feels safe.
Oh, my goodness.
No, awesome time. If you really want to experience everything that we've been talking about, everything that we're passionate about, you have to be here in CPAC.
Or you tune in.
Exactly.
Keep up with live. We're glad that y'all made it in. Planned on doing this a little bit earlier. Technical difficulties unfortunately ensued. So that's just how that worked out. We're going to kind of go over a bunch of everything. Just the discussions that we've had with people. Just everything about everything. Who we saw, some of the guests that we had come in, everything else. But we are live on Facebook at Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We are live on Lanterns.buzz on Facebook. Hold on, give me a second to remember. Periscope for, I think we're on Periscope. Are we on Periscope?
Are we on Periscope?
I think so. I don't know. Or watch it on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Stephen. Watch it on YouTube. You can do it on YouTube.
Not Stephen.
Oh,
because this is Defenders of American Exceptionalism with Dylan Nile and Watson Prunier, right?
Oh wow!
I mean, because you know what? We're about to do this the right way, right?
Fighting words,
Steven. Back up, brother.
It's been insane here today. Like it's been, they at least they had.
Wait! Oh, I gotta do it, Steven. Insane in the membrane.
Oh God! Don't start! Don't start! Don't start! Don't start! I'm not doing this today. I've very little sleep. It's been exciting up in here this afternoon, this morning. Had a bunch of great people do some great speeches today. The funny one, or I say the funny one, the one that is kind of on everybody's interest list was Marine Le Pen from France was here?
Sacre bleu.
Yeah. That was a little odd for me. What do you?
Well, see, I didn't get a chance to watch it because, you know, I I was outside and interviewing other individuals at the time while Dylan and watched this informative movement. And I think that a lot of people were really intrigued to hear what she had to say. A lot of people probably even more intrigued that she's actually here. So was there anything that she said, Dylan, that maybe removed some of the frustrations of her presence being at this location?
For me, no.
So there was nothing inspiring that she could say?
Oh, well, no. That's what I'm saying. For me personally, the answer is no, because, the National Front, which is the party that she is with in France, even though the French call it conservative, it's not conservative at all. As a matter of fact, the European right is at almost the exact same level as the American left. And so it's now obviously she said the right keywords. She said the right things that made that made everybody cheer. She got a standing ovation when she was done.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like that. But no, of anything of actual substance, the entire time I couldn't listen to it without the filter of, I'm sorry, but you're a socialist.
Yes. So then the problem that you run into is, what message do you think has been sent to conservatives around the country right now who probably look at this as conservative Mecca, and to actually have to have Muhammad come into conservative Mecca?
Well, what happened is everybody's now convinced that just because you have the word conservative in your title or with your belief structure or whatever, you say conservative, that all conservatives are the same. And European conservatism is not the same as American conservatism. Why? Because Americans were inherently born and raised in a world of freedom that the Europeans have never even thought of before.
Well, then, okay, here's the problem, though. Is a conservatism...
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes complete sense. But here's the problem. In using that term, but now bringing in someone that we believe is not honestly representing the freedoms that we as conservatives have talked about, do you think that maybe this could have been a desperate ploy in maybe bringing in someone who could maybe represent the base that we're trying to get, like touch the liberal left?
No, I don't. I think this is just planting the feet deeper into tribalism. That's what I think. And people are so desperate to grow the team, to win for the team, that they're pulling anybody who's... It's kind of like, even though... Well, I was going to use a baseball reference, but it's kind of like playing baseball. Just because the Japanese play baseball doesn't mean you're going to see them in the, MLB. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to find the Tokyo Dragons or whatever they are playing against the Yankees. Exactly. It's not going to happen. Now, it might be a fun little thing, but the standards are two completely different things, and there's nothing you can do about it. But just because it's baseball, they're trying to pull everybody in to be one giant group, and it's going to fail.
Because didn't the left actually hate the idea of Trump and conservatives supporting Le Pen?
Yeah, there was a point of that, yeah.
So then by bringing someone who technically is a leftist, hated by the leftists, does this not only push us further away? Because like you said tribalism.
Yep.
You're basically saying focus on our side. Are we now taking a position that we don't care who we offend anymore? It's just basically about us, puffing our chest out.
Yep.
And to the point that it's going to really stab us in the back and in the chest at the same time.
Exactly. Like I said, we're just trying to win. At this point, it's if we can have more people under the banner of conservatism, then we win. Period. That's what they think. That's what I believe is happening here. And it's sad because there's a lot of people here who, for lack of a better way of putting it, who are very naive, who are very convinced that all they have to do is find somebody who is even remotely like-minded as them, and everything will be fine. And it's not the case. It's not even close to the case.
Well, and one of the challenges that's really interesting is, like you said, is they're trying to find people who are going to look exactly like him. And we're making all these compromises, and that's going to basically say that we're jettisoning our values for the purpose of winning. I think that's, in the end, is going to further cause a deterioration of any integrity that could actually be in this party, and people are going to have no disinterest. They're going to basically say, you guys are just like everybody else. Why should I put my hope and trust in you when you guys are no different from the very mechanisms that we believe are already destroying America?
Yeah, it's
compromise.
It's sad, and there's because nobody is following principle anymore. Nobody's following
principle.
I know, right?
What? What's that?
It's a.
I'm sorry. I only get small words.
Okay.
So I'm up to 4 letters now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
High five.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Wait. Try it again.
Okay. But it's true. The people don't have that line anymore, and I mean, people of faith, of religion, of Christianity or whatever have their faith to give them that line. Okay.
Yeah.
Then those that aren't find it in other ways and other things. Usually it's nature's law, but they don't have that anymore. We've trying to eradicate that from everything. Now it's the point of, well, I'm going to do for me, you're going to do for you, and then I'm going to make you appreciate and allow me. Hence the whole transgender thing. It's all of it.
All the redefinitions.
Yep.
And it's utter chaos because if there are no absolute standards, if we don't have absolute standards, it's utter anarchy. It is utter chaos. And basically we can, like you said, reinterpret conservatism for whatever we feel may win.
Yeah.
It helps us build our brand.
Exactly. It's just. So I wasn't overly impressed. I was actually quite saddened. It was almost as embarrassing as a whole as watching everybody pass out the Russia flags from last year.
Well, see, that's what we forgot. We actually needed the French flags for this broadcast.
That would have been fun. I was hoping for him to have it, to be perfectly honest.
I forgot. I'm sorry. There was no one outside selling the French flags. I couldn't do it. Sacre bleu. Get over it.
Telling you what, man. I was expecting it. I really, really was.
Well, you know what? Okay, Prunier. So you get the French there. There's a French flag, okay?
Wow.
Hey, I'm trying, man.
It's a long way to the well. You
It's
know
a
that,
stretch.
right? It's a long way to the well. So we're going to turn around and get...
So as we sit here and you try and fix this thing out here, Dylan.
I get to fix this. Thank you. Anyway, I actually realized we're not even recording everything. It's so much stuff going on. But it is crazy. One of the things we're going to do later on is do another Facebook Live, and we're just going to kind of walk up and down and show everybody do everything.
We'll stalk people. Stalk people.
No, maybe.
I mean,
I'm not. Maybe.
I mean, but this is touchy Washington.
I know.
You can touch people, and it's Washington, right?
It is Washington, indeed. So give us just a minute. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network
with Watson Prunier and Dylan Lyle.
Who's apparently stealing Steven's show. So
Steven who?
I know, see? We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Awesome.
And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network, and I think I finally got everything working properly now.
Sweet.
I can have Steven stop yelling at me. I have been...
Is everything okay? What was happening? I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, that whole first stretch, we weren't live on Spreaker.
We weren't live on Spreaker?
No, I hit the button wrong. So, like, nobody, unless you're on, like, I don't know, nobody heard music, nobody heard anything.
Oh well.
It's Mulligan.
You're here to hear us, right?
Mulligan.
You're here to hear us.
Mulligan.
If you want music,
If you...
turn on the radio. Listen, but if you want the truth, if you really want to get it.
Did you just... No.
Yeah.
If you want the truth.
If you want the truth.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bump, ba-dum, bump, 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 bump.
That's...
We are lanterns. Bump, ba-dum, bump, 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 bump.
You're going to hit us with... we're going to get copyright infringement here in a minute. We're going to be in trouble. We are live at CPAC 2018.
Copyright, schmoppyright.
Watson Prunier. That's Prunier. In case you want to turn around and, you know, any of the big people want to sue people, that's how you spell his name.
Well, you can't because of the fact that I'm black, and right now we're allowed to do whatever we want. Sorry, Barack Obama allowed it.
Wow. I think you're in the wrong convention, dude. I think you're in the wrong convention if that's
Don't
how
say anything. Don't say anything.
Oh, but anyway, yes, CPAC 2018. It is insane.
Dude,
I keep saying that. I know I do, and everyone else like, I don't get it. No. It's crazy.
But the whole idea, before we came back online, I just met a congressman. There's a guy who's running for Congress in Indianapolis. He's running against Andre Carson. Guys, this is deep. This is insane.
Yeah, nobody knows who that is.
Well, you don't know who Andre Carson is, but I'm going to let you know he is completely a failure for Indiana, for the United States. And this guy is definitely, you'll be hearing from, I'll be interviewing him on Battle for Freedom. I almost said the Battlefield Live.
Wow.
Yeah, I almost said Battlefield Live.
Chris is going to be so mad. You're trying to steal his show. And he's like,
hey, listen, we kicked out Steven, so let's kick out we kicked out Steven. I mean, we can kick out Chris. Oh, can we?
I don't know.
I'm like, let's make this an
It's
insurrection.
highly possible at this point.
Let's make this an insurrection, baby.
We can take over anything. It doesn't matter. But no, it's so much fun right here, right now. There's so many people. It actually was a lot busier now than it was early this morning. This morning was kind of slow, primarily because of the fact the vice president spoke today. Unfortunately, I missed that. I was busy trying to scout around and everything else and get up with people. But
the thing about it, though, is, I mean, even though he spoke, I'm sure that a lot of people were encouraged by what he had to say.
From what I've heard and what I've picked up on, the word going around from his speech is the word presidential.
And
not vice presidential, but presidential.
Well, I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, the part, really, he has the leadership qualities. Everybody's happy with what President Trump is doing, but I mean, one of the things that we don't have to worry about is Mike Pence, actually, Vice President Mike Pence, putting out a dumb tweet every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Did I say something wrong?
No. It's no, because you're right. It's
white?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is news to everyone.
I wish my mom told me.
I know. I'm sure somebody wished she told her too. But no, it's unfortunately the whole tweeting thing is what makes Trump.
Yeah.
Good, bad, and indifferent. That's what makes him him. And you can appreciate it or you can loathe it, but that's who he is. And is it becoming of a president to tweet like that? No.
And honestly, when you sit here and you look at everybody, I think there are a lot of people who are out here right now who probably say, we wish you could do without the tweeting.
Or at least learn to proofread it first.
Proofread?
Yeah. As in read it again before you press the enter button.
Why would you do that?
To make sure you don't stick your foot down your throat.
But I thought tweeting was to push out the first thing that comes to your mind, not think about it. Why censor your tweet if there's no...
Censor is a strong word. I don't know I would use the word censor, but make sure that the point you want to get across is coming across and not maybe possibly misconstrued in some way or another.
Well, then you know what? I'm glad that
You're black.
Pence is. Yes. Well, you're black. I mean, don't you? I think you have more black in you than I have the.
I have
pigment
1.2%.
representation. Well, you know what? I think that 1.2% is more than a lot of black people say that I have because I've given up my race. You know, I've betrayed them.
Because that's how that works. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. But no, seriously. No, let's go back to this whole idea of Pence being showing the presidential qualities.
Yep.
I believe that, honestly, when we think about this, many people who even struggle with Trump and the idea of him being a businessman really anchored on the idea of the leadership quality that's in Pence.
Yeah.
Regardless of the hatred that the left has for him because of his positions on traditional marriage, here you have the quality of a leader that maybe his speech, and if there's any consistency in this, Dylan, we could probably be seeing his pre-candidate run for 2024.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility. And the question then becomes is what is the likelihood of it? What is the likelihood of somebody like Pence actually winning, especially when you have people who have the taste of Trump in their mouth now, good or bad?
I think there's a high chance for Pence winning because of the fact that I think that people are looking for the leadership. They're looking for this consistent leadership, and I would even say that when you look at Pence, for me, this is what I saw in him when I voted for him in Indiana. I saw reverence. I saw honor.
Yep.
I saw the old guard. When I think about what conservatism was about, and I think of when I voted for Pence, when I pulled the lever for him, I saw the old guard. I saw the respect. And I think that what we need to get back to that area where you actually have the people say, we don't want to compromise.
Exactly.
We have to be consistent.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's funny how you actually look at it like that. It's okay. This is the joy of being live with all these people.
Yeah, no,
everybody just talks together.
It's perfectly fine.
But no, I know it. You know, when things the problem is to be completely open-minded and thoughtful. Let's say for a second that this is just the way things are going. Social media has become very prominent in the past 5 years, 10 years. You know, more so in the past couple years. This may just be the way things are headed. You know, it's kind of like, and not to say that this is where I stand on this or I agree with this way necessarily, but it's a way of thinking. You know, when Henry Ford put out the automobile, you know, it kind of messed up a lot of people who were riding around on the horse and buggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's highly possible that you know, this might, with Trump tweeting and the way that is with social media, might be the new automobile. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not happy with it. It's, you know, nobody likes change like that. But aside from fleeing it off at the mouth and just kind of saying whatever he wants to say, is he hurting anything? Like,
Not
really hurting anything?
I mean, and honestly, to tell you, maybe he would hurt our conscience because of the fact that we hate the dumb things that he tweets. If he could avoid from saying that.
But I'm saying, let's say that he decides to suddenly start proofreading things. That he starts making sure that what he says is not going to be misconstrued, that the answer is going to, or, you know, that the point he's trying to make is going to be there and spot on. If he did that, what if that's the new norm going forward?
Well,
instead of dealing with, say, the media, because the media, like, obviously loses their mind.
They lose their mind on everything. I think one of the things, you remember, one of the cool things that happened the very first day we're here, Dylan and I, he's giving me the tour of the land to see what's going on. And there's a gentleman who decides to interview us. He's in a fedora with a long 20-foot scarf. We'll give you an internet link later so you can see what it is. But one of the things he did ask us towards the end of the interview was he said, listen, what is one thing that Trump could do to basically really redeem himself and fortify the strength of the GOP in this coming midterm elections? And I said one thing that one Democrat that I've spoken to in Indianapolis has said this much. One of the things the president could do right now that could gender and garner a lot of support and really even get blacks to really consider putting down their hatred for him is for him to openly come out and apologize for his role in the birther movement. Now, I mean, imagine him doing something like that. I mean, literally, keep tweeting stupid things, but you apologize for the birther movement?
That would
be... what kind of wave do you think that would do?
I think just the fact that he would apologize for anything
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is the same man who does not have to ask God for forgiveness.
Exactly. And here's my thing, too. On that, with him, if he apologized for anything, did he ever apologize for his comments in the locker room?
No,
he
not
didn't.
that I'm aware of.
So, like, even there, I mean, literally, at this particular point, for the women who hate him, turn around and apologize and say, you know what? We say dumb things. And honestly, Liv, here's my chance, here's my opportunity. I want to say I'm sorry for the horrible things that I said.
Yeah.
For blacks, I'm sorry for the birther movement. For Hispanics, I'm sorry. I'm building the wall, but I'm sorry.
Well, that's not. I don't know if you should apologize for that one. That's kind of.
I'm saying he's not apologizing for the wall, but he's
no,
just
but I'm saying
I'm going to build it.
I wouldn't apologize for that. I'd be like, it'd be more like a sorry, not sorry.
Oh wait, you know what? Here's one. Basically, just apologize for the terminology of basically what was the negative terminology he used for the Hispanics coming across the border? That he made it seem like they were the only ones bringing in the influx of criminal activity.
Oh, when he referred to all of them as rapists?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Apologize for the rapist comment, you know.
Knock stuff down.
Well, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be clumsy. And it's me. My wife will tell you that. I'm completely clumsy.
Yeah, that's not what this show's about. But no, you're right. Trump is an entity all on its own. And it's amazing that people out here, one of the things that we had noticed when we were at breakfast in the hotel room, actually, was there was these kids. There, a whole bunch of students are here, tons of them, and I don't know if a lot of it has to do with because of the recent shooting down in Florida where people feel that they need to be part of it. I don't know, but they were all here, and we heard a comment of one kid actually was talking about when VP Pence shows up. The kid's like, well, maybe I get to punch him in the face.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, isn't that the irreverent attitude is what sparked the disaster of last year and every other one that happens right now?
Well, it's kind of what sparks everything that goes on in all the problems. I would stem back to the lack of respect in every way. I
mean, because seriously, when you think about that kid, what that kid said, I'm going to take you back to a situation that blacks in America are very sensitive about right now. Mm-hmm. And that is about the kid, I can't remember his name, he was in Cleveland, he was on that playground yard, and when the police showed up, he had his fake gun where he pulled out, and everybody's saying, well, they shouldn't have shot on him. I'm sitting here thinking, like, guys, kid, if you recognize authority and you recognize these are people who carry weapons, pointing a weapon, fake or not, at them is not the most intelligent thing to do. There's a failure to recognize the consequences for your actions. And what that kid said today to me it sadly reminded me that even today, even that for kids showing up at this event right now, they do not recognize the consequences of their actions.
No, they're being told that it's okay to be a disruptor. It's okay, and certain types of disruptions are okay, but not the type where you literally openly will say. And I mean, thank God for the First Amendment and free speech. You're allowed to say, albeit as stupid as that is, you're allowed to say that, But we don't stop to check ourselves anymore.
No.
We don't teach our children, people don't teach their children anything anymore, at all. The ones that do teach them are having a hard time because they're trying to teach their children and keep them straight when these kids go out and hang out with their friends who aren't being taught this stuff, and then you're literally fighting an uphill battle.
And it's just going to be a disaster. So, it's interesting, as we're here, we're seeing all these young kids. How many of them are impressionable? How many of them actually have the right shoulder a right head on their shoulders to be making the decisions who now, think about it.
Yeah.
That kid who made that stupid comment, is he 18 years of age and able to vote?
No, but I don't know, but he might be at some point. He will be at some point.
Yeah, and we got to hope that mentality is gone because we need self-control. And you know what? Hopefully, like you said, if we could probably see a change in behavior from this president, one of the most amazing things that could happen right now is a level of professionalism and etiquette that comes out from this president is almost, what's the word for it? Infectious.
Yeah.
Infectious.
Contagious.
Contagious, yeah, there you go. Contagious. That can turn around and really infect these kids into better behavior, better leaders. This is our future. These are the people who are going to be representing us in the future, and we don't need the childish, petulant behavior that's really ruining what America could really look like.
Yep. But the problem with it is people have to start actually trying to raise their children. They have to start taking responsibility. They have to start going, you know what, these are my children, and I want... Because I was talking with a guy, oddly enough, I was talking with a French reporter earlier. That was fun.
Oui, oui?
Yeah, that was fun. I'm hoping to try and do an interview with him and have that posted up later. But
Okay.
But no,
D'accord.
it was interesting to say the least. But that was the kind of the crux of the whole conversation we ended up having. I was like, you know, the point of it is we've and this is across the board. This is not just isolated here in America. This is not just in Europe. But we don't teach respect anymore. We don't teach accountability anymore. There was a point where back in the day, grandparents taught our parents, would teach us, and when we teach our children, who teach our grandchildren, who teach our that's just how it went. And we don't do that anymore.
Well, see,
at all.
Well, the problem is because in this me-centered society where I don't have to be accountable anymore, I'm always a victim. Why should I be respectful? Because automatically I can assume that if something goes wrong, it's because of the fact that I'm a victim and I'm not obligated to really grow up and assume responsibility for my poor decisions.
Yeah, it's crazy, I know, but I don't know. I'm getting. But yeah, no, it's messages out the wazoo. People just busy.
Well, see, I'm offended because of the fact that no one's sending me a message. No messages on my watch. No messages on my computer. No messages.
Okay, bye.
Sorry, I'm back.
We're gonna take a break, and obviously, I guess he's gonna collect himself.
I'll collect myself. I'll be right back.
We'll be right back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism.
Sounds good.
On the Lanterns Radio Network. Hi. We're on.
Hello. I'm back. I pulled myself together. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Gotcha.
It was very emotional. I'm sorry, Dylan. It was completely unprofessional.
Is that what you call it? Completely unprofessional?
Well, someone's got to call it unprofessional. I mean, I'm gonna man up. I cried like a
little girl that
like
you
a
are.
little girl that I am. I'm sorry.
Are we
man.
on video too?
We will be.
Right on.
I'm working it on three different ways.
I'm doing the other angle right now.
Do the intro real fast while I get this set up.
Do I need a headset or?
No,
because
I can't hardly hear anything anyway.
This is
So
it? Okay. What's your name anyway?
Dylan.
Dylan Scott.
Good to meet you, Scott.
What's your last name, Scott?
Husing.
Husing.
Husing. Huesing.
Okay. Yes. Somewhere.
Yes. But not yet.
Sorry,
Yes,
we're all on the fly right here today, guys.
Yeah.
The epitome of professionalism.
So, Defenders of American Exceptionalism with
Spit it
Dylan Lyle.
We did all that.
Really,
It's
you don't really
Lyles.
know
There's
him.
an S there.
Lyles.
Speak to your guest, please, sir.
Yes, bringing in Scott Husing, author of the book
Echo and Ramadi.
There you go.
Echo and Ramadi.
That's the first-hand story of the U.S. Marines in Iraq's deadliest city.
Well, you know what? And I think that's probably going to be really interesting as people get a chance to hear about this. Because honestly, think about this. When we hear the news about what's happening, most times the media, they don't really want to talk about the success even the challenges that you face, it seems like they celebrate on your failures, or they celebrate on the failures of the numbers rather than on the idea that this is drudgery. This wasn't something that happened so easy. I mean, there were major sacrifices to get to that level of victory. You know.
Well, yeah, I get asked that question a lot, and did we win or lose in Iraq, or it would have been nice for us at that time in 2006 as we fought to say, this is winning, this is losing, But our mission was to kill or capture anti-Iraqi fighters, and that's what we did. We weren't fighting strategies, we weren't fighting policies, we were fighting the enemy. And my Marines and the soldiers that support us and fought alongside us, every single day, they were winning. And they fought daily, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day in direct contact within 50 meters of well-trained insurgent forces. And every time they did it, they always made me extremely proud, because it's not just the fact that, the Marines are the most lethal weapon on the battlefield, period, or how straight they shoot the rifles, but they do it with honor. And that's what makes me extremely proud. But after we fought in 2004, and then when I went back and led Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines in 2006 during the Second Battle of Ramadi, we won. We won that city. And what happened is we ultimately turned it back over to the Iraqis, and, they punted it through the grandstands of life. And because of that fact that they didn't have the infrastructure in place, they didn't have real stability in place, and I still think they don't, because it's evident in the news, it's evident in the track record of how they're using money, how they're establishing a presence, because we're still there. And we were talking about this before the show. It's important to note that our warriors, our soldiers and Marines are still in that country, still fighting day in and day out, and they're winning.
Yeah,
they're winning.
And I think that's the message that we just need to hear. I think that the idea that we're winning, so that you can actually even get the American support that could be behind it and actually report it with such accuracy. I mean, think about it. They did it in the movie theaters. Americans, during the Second World War, they go into the movie theaters and they were actually happy to hear and see what successes we had.
I think it's interesting that just popped into my head, so I'll give you some credit for this, for making me think of it. Americans will go spend $40 at the movie theater to see a movie like, let me just say 12 Strong, and I haven't seen the film, heard good things, but they'll spend 90 minutes of their life, but they won't carve out 8 minutes on mainstream media to talk about our brave nation's warriors. I just can't do the math on that. And they'll spend 90 minutes watching people pretend to be America's heroes, but they won't ever watch real American heroes.
Seriously. And see, and that's one of the things too. When I think about what you did as you're out there being a leader to our forces, doing things that literally most Americans wouldn't even think of doing. I mean, to a level of courage, a level of discipline and determination. As you were out there, you were leading these warriors. What are some of the things that you would want to even say to encourage anyone else who shies at the idea, or maybe want to think about it, the mentality that they need to have as they're about to embark on such a great endeavor and a great journey?
Yeah, so you're asking what's my message to the future warriors?
Yeah.
And I say that you'll be part of a select group, and less than 0.5% of the entire American population serves in our nation's military. And there's 330 million people in this country. That's a very small percentage. So to make that sacrifice, to raise your hand and to take that oath, to be willing to do that, you're special. And I don't care if you were a guy like me who was in the infantry, kicking doors in and shooting machine guns or jumping out of helicopters. I don't care if you turned a wrench on a truck or delivered food to the mess hall. If you served your country, I want every veteran listening to this program to know that their service mattered.
Amen.
And I'm thankful for everybody that served in every generation. And they should be justifiably proud of everything they've done, because it's a team effort. Yeah. And I wouldn't have been able to squeeze my rifle had someone not brought me the bullets or fed my guys to keep their energy up. So everything matters, man. And when they embark on that journey, it's a challenge and it's a calling that only few hear and even fewer answer. I mean, it sounds a little cliche.
No,
I didn't pull that off a bumper sticker. It's really the truth.
Yeah. I mean, and then, because then there are the other heroes, too, that a lot of people don't get a chance to listen to. The heroes of the family, the heroes of the wives, the heroes of the children, who basically are willing to allow their loved one to go out into the battlefield and do something that others won't do, to establish freedom, establish hope for people around there. What words do you even have for the future families, those future heroes who are allowing their loved ones to go on?
Yeah, to the future ones, I say you too are breeding a good generation of Americans, and to my Blue Star families and the Gold Star families, those that have lost their sons and daughters, they're just part of this extraordinary group of people because, simply put, they're not ordinary. To give so much and to lose so much. And in my book, Echo and Ramadi, I really talk about that because it's a vital message to hear their sacrifice and their loss. And that is a difference. We sacrifice because we take an oath. They don't get a vote.
Yep.
These people lost, and they deal with that darkness every single day of the rest of their lives. And although we can understand that loss to a degree, having lost our brothers, they lost their son, and there's just a special group of people, and I love them all.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, no, seriously, again, your courage and your leadership is exactly what this country will continue to need going into the future. Hopefully, what you've done is really set a model for others to follow and carry on through. Sadly, we have people in government who may never have taken the steps that you've taken, and they make decisions to sacrifice what you do. And unfortunately, it's hurting our country. I mean, I know that one of the things that me, as an American citizen, I would see and lose my ever-loving mind on is when I see the previous administration say, well, this is what we're about to go do. And I was like, no, don't tip our hat. Let us go do our job and not broadcast exactly what's going to happen.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
You give the enemy the advance warning notice, like, hey, I'm texting you, letting you know it's coming down this street. That kind of defeats the purpose of sending in these soldiers to do what they need to do, or they're inspired to leave traps. They're inspired to wire IEDs. They're inspired to do things that are going to bring harm to the very people trying to give them freedom.
Well, we as again, people in the military, we've struggled with those types of obstacles along the way. I think in every war, every generation deals with them. We were no different when we fought in Iraq in 2006 when they put us on lockdown and we weren't allowed to email or make phone calls, and we're in these tight communication restrictions. And then, mainstream media blows it up and announces the surge strategy in our unit going into Iraq as an additional 2,500 Marines and sailors. And I'm sitting there. I write about it in Echo and Ramadi. My fellow company commander were watching this as, they're hammering away on mainstream media. Yep. And we look, and I say, John, can you believe this just happened? So much for operational security. And, we think maybe it put us at risk, but we were so busy doing other things at the time, we didn't ever look back, and we're still highly effective. But, it's concerning. But I think it's timeless. Like, it's one of those things that it's hard to outcycle the media.
Oh yeah.
I think Brian Kilcullen was, he's genius. Revolutionary in how he writes about, kill faster and really outsmart the media, and how your battle rhythm and your cycle of operations has to do that to adapt to this ever-changing climate of social media. I mean, better reporters and satellite drones and everything.
And that's going to be just you even mentioned Brian, but I'm asking, even on Echo Ramadi, how do people get it? Where is it right now?
Echo and Ramadi is available on Amazon. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble booksellers. We went on sale Friday, so they're still pushing it out. It's a best-selling book now on Amazon, and we hit #1 bestseller, and
that's awesome.
Just really happy for all the support. So they can go to Amazon. They can go to my website to learn more about the book at echoandramadi.com. Follow me on Facebook at Echo and Ramadi.
Okay.
And it's a great story because it's about the people and the emotion, and portion of the proceeds go to help veterans with post-traumatic stress as well.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, do you have any copies with you here in DC?
We do, yeah. They're downstairs, locked up in the room. I think Regnery is. I think they've all taken off. They're on the 9 to 5 clock. They're not like you guys, who just crush it all night long. So
we're gonna try. We're just trying to be relevant, and also even have a blessed opportunity to have you come on.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Well, you're still in here. Everyone, come here to CPAC. You get a chance because would you do signed copies?
Absolutely. I'll be here tomorrow, probably from 10 to 6:30. I'm going to be here on Radio Row, and
awesome.
I'd love to have the opportunity to sign a couple copies. If you bought a copy and you have it at home in the DC, Southern Maryland area, come on down to let us know we're here.
Yeah.
I guess I could email you guys or
definitely,
me at Echo Ramadi.
Oh well, I'm going to try and go get my copy. You said they're on sale. Senior Citizens discount.
Senior Citizens.
Yeah, I mean I'm hiding the gray, man. I'm hiding.
Pretty sure you're going to be.
Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that.
Always my pleasure to sign copies.
No, definitely. We'll be getting a copy. Cool. Brother.
We really appreciate it. We really do.
Thank you for service.
Since you stole the whole interview. No, it's cool.
You told me to start.
I'll just catch you later. No,
you told me to start.
Is there a hijacking?
It is. It's oddly enough. It's a senior guy, and he took it all. That's cool.
Hey, dude, you know what? Hey, listen. I'm just trying. I'm just trying.
We appreciate it. We really, really do. It's
because I'm bald, right? You hate me because I'm bald,
That's
right?
it.
Oh, yeah, I figured. Yeah.
We really appreciate your service. We really do.
Thanks.
One veteran to another. Thank you very much for what you did.
Oh, well, thank you.
So, all right, guys.
Serving, leading, and inspiring. Thank you, brother.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Appreciate
it.
Thanks,
I'll
see you tomorrow. Thank you
so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You got it.
Absolutely.
All right.
So there you guys have it.
That's good, man. Hey, thanks. That was really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Absolutely. We'll see you, man. See, this is why we do what we do. This is why we do what we do. Yeah, exactly.
That was a lot of fun, man.
It was. See, this is the fun of CPAC, is getting to do this kind of stuff. Even though he did steal it. Y'all all saw that, right? He stole it. That's cool.
It's because I'm black.
Sure.
I'm black.
Yeah. Yep.
But
no.
You're not black.
Shut up. Shut up. Just shut.
I'm sorry, dude. You told me to take over.
I didn't mean like that.
You said start.
I didn't mean like that.
I'm sorry.
But no, you're right. That's
questions?
fine. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. If anybody has anything, they can go to his website, which is... Yeah, you didn't get that, did you?
No. EchoRamadi.com.
Did you get a social media, maybe? Like a Twitter
Echo
handle?
Ramadi. It was Facebook.com/Echo Ramadi.
Twitter handle or...
Twitter handle?
What if somebody wanted to follow him?
If someone wanted to follow him. Okay, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, it does. You can't give away that number, so.
No, I can't. I can't give away that one.
You can't do that.
But I can give another one.
He dropped the ball. No, that's fine. We need to take
I'm going to take my red swing line stapler and get out of here.
Sure.
Hey, you know what? Is anyone even commenting on our gear?
No one has said a word.
Not a word about the gear.
And that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm okay.
Oh my goodness, Hillary Clinton's here.
In chains.
Oh my goodness, Hillary Clinton's here in chains.
I hold on. I gotta. Everybody obviously wants a picture with us, and I have to admit I'm gonna be the idiot, and I'm going to get this. So hold on. So there she is. Okay. I mean, obviously it's not her, but it's her, and
Hillary, can we get a picture, Hillary?
See that? She's so excited.
Hillary is here.
I've never seen someone so excited to be in jail, or in handcuffs.
Thank you.
That's there she goes. As okay. Okay, well.
Yeah.
And there's that.
There's Hillary. There's Hillary. I mean, there's Hillary Clinton.
I'm really trying to figure out now how to transition. This is not working.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, wait. Were you on the guest? Well, let's go back to...
Now we're not seeing anything. Anyway, we're going to take a break and come back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. Technical difficulties. Enjoy.
Sorry about that. My fault.
It is your fault. I was doing good, and then we had this messed up here.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I'm trying to get music going, and I don't know what happened here.
That's cool. I want to try and get a link out to his stuff.